Fast forward, in como el channel so AGH Politics Avenue. On your podcast, I was at 20 because making headlines. The Jemre na EDB Exomo Awaha. And in the evening, I'm Roxy and EDD Kaya. If you should subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, so share na a forefront so inside into me and Kebi. Redeem Yanko a political highways in a jadam Aunia, any Assam Koto crab. Nothing in say a year Ecowas Community Court. Namenoka say, Mon Atimi a grante a year, get through Torkonoo, former Chief Justice, hearing. Na in Sama, mocking and say, na application, what you buy, I would challenge a year in room far from office. No, when you munsa cry, na on fa emedine go. Unia, young go in rat in Siminum, na yanji in Siminum in Chimu Yipa. Chanaswam say, I'll see. AGH Politics Avenue.
Moving on to some other stories, the Ecowas Community Court has granted an application by former Chief Justice Gertrude Torkonoo to amend her case challenging her suspension to include her removal from office as a Superior Court Justice and a Chief Justice. Gertrude Torkonoo filed a lawsuit at the Ecowas Court of Justice on July 4, 2025, alleging human rights violations regarding her April 22, 2025 suspension and demanding, among other things, $10 million in damages.
During the hearing on Friday, January 30, lawyers of former Chief Justice Gertrude Torkonoo, led by Femi Falana, sought permission from the Ecowas Community Court of Justice to withdraw an earlier motion which was seeking a default judgment against the Republic of Ghana for failing to file their statement of defense. Femi told the court that the state had subsequently filed the response, hence the application was moot. Gertrude Torkonoo's lawyers then notified the court of a motion to amend the earlier application, challenging her suspension as Chief Justice of Ghana. Femi Falana noted that during the pendency of the initial case, their client was removed as a judge of the Supreme Court and dismissed as the Chief Justice of Ghana. He prayed for the court to grant the application to amend the initial case to include an application challenging her subsequent removal from office as Chief Justice. Femi argued that hearing the application challenging the suspension of the former Chief Justice before hearing another application challenging her removal would be a waste of the court's time. He added that the application to amend the initial motion had been served on Ghana, but Counsel for the Republic, represented by Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Remsai, opposed the application for amendment. He argued that Counsel for Gertrude Torkonoo wanted to expand the scope of the matter, which would prolong the case and cause undue delay. Dr. Remsai further noted that the impression being created by the opposing counsel that continuing with the removal process of Gertrude Torkonoo is lawless was wrong. He indicated that an injunction application seeking to halt the removal process had earlier been dismissed by the ECOWAS court, hence the state was within the rights to proceed with the process. The panel of 3 judges then granted Gertrude Torkonoo's application to amend the initial suit after listening to both parties and ordered the Deputy Attorney General to file the response to the amended case within 30 days. Lord Idwasari, TV3 News, Accra.
You're also watching News 360. We have
Welcome to your Election Command Center. Tomorrow is going to be a very, very busy day for us, but more importantly for the New Patriotic Party. So let's find out what exactly has been happening less than 24 hours to the opening of polls. Now, with over 211,000 delegates expected to elect a flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party on Saturday, some citizens have shared divided views on who the party should choose to lead them into the 2028 general elections. While some believe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is proven and tested as the competent one, others say that the party needs Kennedy Agyapong, who would create jobs for the many unemployed youth and present a tougher contest for the NDC in 2028.
I'm thinking about Bawumia should, still lead the party. But, when Kennedy go to the top, and when Kennedy becomes a president one day, maybe when things are not going on, no one can control Kennedy because we know how he is. He's a man of himself, and sometimes he doesn't listen to anyone. He takes in action whatever he likes.
For me, my view is Dr. Bawumia will lead MPP to 2028 victory because he's credible. He's very, very credible. And in fact, as a party, you can't even change change your candidate just like that. Whoever you bring, I don't know how you are going to market him or. So I think I'm going for Dr. Baumia.
Yen Baumia net. Yen Sampen Bium. What but dear Kunami we say? Dear maintain one. We are penny. Me have full MVP. But some of the Bama. Me won't be better than the Mati. Never to MVP. Sisibio said, some of her Canada Bama. Won't be better than oh Mati. Never to MVP. We are one opposition a day. Maybe your press manager or circle. Number 2 market. One more. We go to Fosso. Into a month for Canada ma. Who will nip a and pin me and sass. It was a Tiano. Oh wow. Yeah, it was a MVP. Ghana, you try judge, I know it. You try lawyer, who for I know it. You try economist, I know it. You pay business mind. When America, or a business mind. China president. Odiga, we get the knee. As you must say, will be a Odiga. Everybody Ghana so. Pressure manager is telling MPP that if they do not bring Kennedy Japan, he is going to marshal some 3,000 people to vote against the NPP. One and two man, what's the name? What's the name?
Where do I kuku? I don't crab about Baumiani to Abanamano. Number 3. Yame watching. Obia go to my Baumia number 3. Yatoni dada. Yempe Ibia. Okay. She says Baumia is a candidate you can sell.
Yentuma Baumia. Yentia, a mamma pet Baumia, somebody said. Canada, Japan, first, no, who said, oh, yeah, any part. But I say, Nicasa, Monini, Nia Mono, I'm a young who said, Sabi, yet Nijina baby, and the Casa and good MPP animals.
Who do you want to be voted for?
Canada, Japan.
Why Kennedy?
Kennedy, or sending Yuma, our obey. Campaign, and we are the same. Then I'm to Oba. Obi saw about more Juma. Obi to say about more Decata, or more Ganakan. It was our question say, Ganakan, a Biagumana. Kana ka yiri tukwan ye be sem say mom ko to ba ne say manu na say o peke na Japan obi asu e de tumasfo na asu e to ko to na won yo da akira do ba tu ba ni obedi hu a ko ko to e be say o Canada na won pre o tuma Canada no be di o man no
Me de minim alfa bato no de minim so oba be boy Canada Japan because I nipa we no ye hwa nipa na wan MPP party ma ono ni nipa wa bia dwuma wo Ghana ha wo more workers ya wa say baby am tie kura no e da am team wo hoji say on na be see da no jama ye say wom
na wo ho no see ye de hu say Canada na see
won na see ye ba de kwa say ye ni ani ba bi tin ye ko tretenem ni won sin wi oba na obehu say team no say nya hwe wa jama ye ntiam ni nsiesie
enti wanye musika
dabi
untu ya rent
branch kwa ntu ya
what's the info
time for
it is a split view, a split opinion. All boils down to how voters are going to decide. Over 211,000 voters across 333 polling stations, across all the 276 constituencies would see tomorrow and by Sunday who gets elected to lead the NPP.
Well, let's just stay on the NPP elections, and the Eastern region will play a critical role in deciding the outcome of the new Patriotic Party's flag-bearer election. Correspondent Yvonne Nikwe has been gauging the mood of residents and delegates in the region, as well as assessing the preparedness of the Electoral Commission and the police service ahead of the polls.
In the Eastern region, over 22,000 delegates are expected to cast their ballots at 36 voting centers spread across the 33 constituencies.
The region has become a critical battleground due to the wide margin of votes the NPP usually wins in the national elections.
As a result, the candidate who secures the highest support in the region could significantly influence the overall outcome of the flag-bearer race. Out of the 5 candidates contesting the NPP flag-bearership, Brian Ichambo is the only contender from the Eastern region. The big questions remain: will he enjoy overwhelming support from his home base? However, political analysts say current opinion polls do not place him in a strong winning position. Ultimately, delegates will decide who earns the mandate to lead the party into the next phase of the political contest this Saturday.
We want somebody who can come and unite the party.
For the better for the party. And we have to elect a winnable candidate, not a flag bearer.
PP abanwa ye ba beto no. Obia penedachi ene ne ma
The Eastern Regional Secretary of the NPP, Tony Osei Ejei, has cautioned delegates to strictly adhere to the rules governing the party's primaries to ensure a peaceful and credible exercise.
The election is going to be free and fair. That's why all the voting centers are in the open. So whoever pick a ballot box to go and cast his or her ballot will be seen. It's only that you may not know who the person is voting for or whom the person is voting for. But my advice to them is that we should conduct ourselves in a way that will bring peace during and after the election. And whoever emerges the day, like Professor Dubois said, every person, individual should sing the song of the flag bearer who has been elected.
The Electoral Commission Regional Director John Apia Bafo has assured all laws governing electoral operations will be strictly enforced.
The elections are governed by laws, so they should make sure that they are conversant with the laws, with the guidelines, so that they don't come there to disturb.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Police Service says it has a mandate to ensure peace before, during, and after the election. The Eastern Regional Police Commander, DCOP Joseph Owusu-Bemba, says the police will not countenance any acts capable of disrupting the process.
Tomorrow is not a day for macho men. So if you come and you misbehave, you'll be arrested, and now the IGP has retreated. That when one of you is arrested, don't call me the IGP. So those who are going for the post, they are not fighting. The one who is down there, you want to go and create problem, they don't know you. So when you are incarcerated, they will not come. In fact, they don't know you exist.
Well, we're staying on the NPP and in the Bono East region, where over 7,800 delegates are expected to cast their votes. The Regional Police Command has assured that it will ensure maximum security for the polls. Belinda Tete reports.
To ensure a peaceful primaries, about 825 police personnel have been deployed across the Bono East region.
We deployed 825 personnel across board. We have 75 for every polling station. Outside is also made provision for rapid response to take care of any issue that may crop up in the course of the voting. The security for this election is solely and exclusively made for the Ghana Police Service. So we are not expecting any third force in terms of this election.
The Electoral Commission has also declared its readiness to conduct a seamless process.
Everything has been handed over to Electoral Commission. So we are in fully charge of the conduct of the election. No party executive, election committee again. So we are going to handle it the way we have been handling normal elections.
Some 7,840 delegates will vote in the Bono East region. Belinda Tete, TV3 News, Bono East region.
Well, if you have admiration for the prophetic, this story is for you, because the main opposition New Patriotic Party's flag bearer election has moved beyond the usual promises and delegates mobilization, as predominant conversations have shifted towards a clash between prophetic and statistical predictions. While the polls are projecting win for Dr. Bawumia, a divine message has pronounced Kennedy Japan as a 20...
Sample accurately, and you deploy a random techniques, right? What you get across a sectional period will not vary significantly unless there's a big shift.
On the side of data stands Musa Dankwa, who has built a strong reputation for largely accurate polling in recent elections. He disagrees with spirituality on this matter and says science is proven and tested that Dr. Bawumia will win with 57% ahead of Kennedy Japan, who trails with just 28%.
We have spoken to people randomly. And this is the voice of the people. And we say, well, it's the voice of God. Anywhere else in the world, they don't fight the polls. The polls are done credibly with the right methodology and approach.
While the polls point to one direction, prophecy leads to another. who wins in the end. But before that is answered, these two figures have put their reputation on the line.
I'm putting 27 years of hearing and seeing, 18 years of pastoring the church in Accra on the line. When you are dealing with God, remove if.
There was no difficult election for me than Akwetia. Why am I saying Akwetia? We only had 2 polling cycles to make predictions based on two polling cycles. The trend wasn't established. Trend Ninihoa, you put everything at risk.
Yeah.
We have tracked this poll for 5 good months. The trend is there. The trend doesn't lie. And the trend is so current.
Supporters and followers of Musa Dankwa and Prophet El Bernard have interest in the outcome of the election and whose reputation might be slaughtered. Polls can measure sentiment. Prophecies can inspire belief. But neither of them casts a ballot. Responsibility lies with delegate. Christian Yali, TV3 News.
Right, so trust your election command center to give you coverage right from the morning throughout key point up until the last ballot is cast, sorting and counting and declaration is done. All will be live here on TV3 and all our sister stations, so do make a date with us. Staying on politics though, we are swinging to the camp of the New Patriotic Party from the NPP now to the NDC, where analysts predict a pushback against the NDC's decision to bar government appointees from contesting party positions, though many agree it is a step in the right direction. The directive announced by General Secretary Fifi Kwete on Thursday forms part of a wider reorganization plan under the party's constitution.
Any person seeking to contest for a party position who currently holds an office to which he or she was appointed by the president or government must resign from that office.
The new rules require any government appointee seeking party office to resign at least 6 months before contesting. Political analyst Dr. Samuel Efriye argues that it is irrational to abandon a well-paid government role for party allowances.
How can you leave your position in government to come and do, because party work you don't pay? What I know is that few of them maybe strategic positions where they give some allowance, but they don't pay you. So any rational being will not go in for, except that maybe the person wants to pursue some political agenda.
He adds that the move is strategic.
And the NDC is being strategic and don't want to lose any opportunity in the next election, looking at the situation where the president will not be going again. So you have to pick some people within the party. And you know that the MPs defend themselves in whatever situation that they find themselves. So they want to work themselves out, especially for the party, so that they can focus on party activity.
Political analyst Professor Smart Sapon foresees resistance.
I foresee some pushback, but I mean, it is a product of a meeting properly constituted. So in the short term, it may cause some inexperience in the system, because some of the old guys in government, if they do not resign, it means they will go with their experience, even though they might be helping backstage. But it will cause on the front of the party some inexperience, bits of inexperience. But the good news is that if that inexperience is demonstrated from now to end of year, at least by the time they get to 2027, I mean, party people should have adapted.
Currently, several government appointees hold party positions and are likely to be affected by the directive. They include National Communications Officer and CEO of Gold Board, Sami Jemfi, National Women's Organizer and Administrator of the Minerals Development Fund, Dr. Anna Luisa Bisiu, National Youth Organizer and Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment, George Opare Addo, Deputy National Communications Officer and CEO of the Youth Employment Agency, Malik Basantali. The directive is expected to reshape the party's internal dynamics as the NDC prepares for the next election cycle.
And Ghana has lost over $30 million in potential revenue as gold prices surged to $5,200 announced in January 2026 a jump of more than 20% and the strongest monthly gain in over 40 years. The rally follows the Bank of Ghana's decision in late 2025 to convert more than 18 tons of gold into cash to support the economy, a move now drawing scrutiny amid the price hike. Wisdom Safo has more in this report.
Between we and some outdoor TV course or channel so Mammy and I was so jemre ewa. That's an essay obadian edia dumbi edumedi. Unia, and saying in Shamay na yan small points from Supra.